is from, as you can see, from 33 Bull Street in Birmingham, and Steve and I are queuing to get in to the court in order to go to a hearing at the High Court of Steve's application to annul a bankruptcy on the grounds that the council has relied upon a forged liability order. Hopefully it'll be quite straightforward, but isn't it typical of what they call security these days? We have to queue for an inordinate amount of time in order to be patted down by a couple of bozos with a couple of paddles designed to detect whether or not you've got any weapon or any kind of instrument there that could be deemed dangerous. What a nonsense. Right, so previously I was showing you a shot of the court, the commercial court in Birmingham. This is a pub called the Sack of Potatoes, or as some might call it, the Sack of Spuds. And we've just had a couple of pints in here to lift our spirits after what was manifestly a railroading. And I will be going into more detail about it shortly. So I'm here with Steve. We've just had a couple of pints. We've come out of the court. How would you describe today's hearing, Steve?
Stitch up.
A stitch up, yeah. It was at 33 Bull Street. That was the address of the court.
Significant number, that.
What was the name of the judge?
Short Home, was it?
Short Hose, or as we were going to call it. Well, from now on, we're going to call him Shortass. Judge Shortass basically railroaded Steve over what was a perfectly valid application to annul a bankruptcy. And when I say he railroaded him, I'm just going to state clearly that the entire application was built on the basis that there was no valid liability order. There was no liability order issued by a court, and that is fraud. Judge Shorthouse completely ignored this fact, even though Steve pointed it out to him in the hearing. I mean, the judge was very aggressive from the beginning. He was questioning what I was doing there, and he was questioning exactly who was the one behind the application. What was stated at the end, Steve?
Fraud vitiates all.
Fraud vitiates all. Because if there is one aspect of anything that is revealed to be a fraud, then the entirety of that claim collapses into its own hubris. And so I stated to the court and the two bozos representing Broxdale Council that fraud vitiates all, and that you prove one aspect of fraud and the whole thing collapses, which is a fact. That is the elephant in the room that they ignored. More to follow forthwith. Cheers.